Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 91 of Impact Makers. And today we're following up on our prior episode, episode 90, when we talked about elite training. And today, Dustin, we're going to talk about how responsibility fits into an elite training program. And so I think I know what that is. Can I go first here? And you correct me if
That,
I'm wrong.
that's fine. That's fine.
So an elite training program is something that super quick gets them through their, how to get into the tax software, how to get into the audit software so they can enter trial balances, just so they know how to do the basic stuff so that, within that first 2, 3 days, they're ready to be 100% chargeable and hit their charge goals. And they take responsibility for understanding how to do that and understanding that we need to be responsible to entering our time daily, right? That's the responsibility we're talking about.
You went a little old school there with that thought process.
I
So
did.
that is
We don't
that
want
is
people responsible for timesheets.
there's varying levels of responsibility. Let's start there. So
Okay. Well, you let me know
so
what you think responsibility is then.
we need to let's summarize by saying we need to slow down to go fast. Historically, so many firms are just focused on how many people can we get in this room that are new and how quick can we go to get them ready to start, as you said, being 100% chargeable, whatever that means. That so we're going fast to slow down later instead of let's slow down to go fast later. That's what an elite training program was. To remind our listeners that what we talked about last time in some conversations we had with the innovative collaborative group that we have was around two key factors that really current leaders could point to and say this is what propelled me in my career. One was hands-on mentorship. The other was giving increasing responsibility in the work. What we don't mean by increasing responsibility is what you just said. Throw them to the wolves in the first week. At a basic level, we need to give them enough training that they can handle that basic level work out of the gate, but in an enhanced manner. One of the things we talked about a lot on here is the 4-step training model. We're not going to get into the details here, but the 4-step training model at an entry level is a great way to start to be able to show that you're responsible for handling the work getting done appropriate to your level. But then where elite training programs differentiate from the average training programs is, and what we're seeing, start to play out here, and something that we're starting to roll with, is that to retain our best talent and get them excited and show them the career path that has them excited, we have to start looking at other ways to give them enhanced levels of responsibility. So, after they get their feet wet, what's the next level of their training program? And more and more, that means giving them more client relationship opportunities, giving them more opportunities to have advisory and consultative conversations, both internally with internal customers and externally with clients earlier in their careers than we have before. And the last thing I want to hit home on, as you increase the responsibility that you give your younger team members, your newer team members, as they're growing, as they're going from maybe associate to senior, it's important that you give them some flexibility too. You can't give someone responsibility without giving them some authority to do things on their own, to make decisions. And so you've got to give them a little leeway to make decisions. Are they going to always be right? No. But you learn so much when something doesn't go right, and we've got to be okay with that. Everyone's not perfect. So that's how I see responsibility.
Yeah. So obviously, I was being a little old school, as you referenced in the front end. Don't be that old school firm. Don't be that old school training program. Instead, incorporate the responsibility as a leadership team. Take responsibility for building a training program that grows the firm. And so to do that, it's really focusing on transparency of how the firm is grows, how it makes money, how it grows clients, how it grows people. And with that transparency and visibility, then the individuals that are being trained can take responsibility for their career path. And as you mentioned, there's multiple directions that they could go. So give them a little freedom to take that responsibility someplace. They could become internally focused or they could become externally focused. But ultimately, this responsibility is more about how can we get everybody knowing how we grow as a firm and less about just hurrying up and getting everybody busy. Like what you said right at the beginning, slow down to go fast. 100% agree with that. Don't worry about the charge hour. Worry about making sure everybody understands how it is that we make money, how it is that we are a firm. What is it that we do at the firm? Why do people come and want to work with us, both our clients and our people?
Revenue and profitability will take care of itself. I know it's counterintuitive, but it'll take care of itself if you stop worrying about charge hours so much.
Couldn't agree more.